Hey, how's it going? Welcome. We're going to do double duty here today. We're going to take a look at two figures from McFarlane Toys. We're going to look at the Batman Dark Knight Returns Armored Batman and the Batman Dark Knight Returns Superman. And we'll look at them in that order. We'll start with the Batman figure. Here he is. Alrighty. So he doesn't come with this gun. Let me get this out of here. I put this gun in his hand because he comes with nothing. And this comes from the, come on, there it goes. This is from my Hot Toys Bat Armory. It just happens to fit his little hand. But see how easily that hand came unplugged? It just barely hangs on, doesn't it? It just barely hangs on. All right, so this is how he comes out of the package with no hand swaps. This is what you get here. Oh, you know what? Let's look at the package first. I forgot about that. We usually like to look at the package. So there's nothing on the. It's DC Multiverse Armored Batman. You get a card and a stand. It says Armored Batman Multiverse on the side. Easy Superman. Armored Batman Multiverse on the side. Sorry about that. This is the same picture that's on the card, I imagine. It's a photograph of the figure. And it looks to me like you can probably get him in this pose. There's some of the other figures in the line. Collect them all if you are interested. I am not. I purchased these. These figures are not new. These came, well, I mean, they're new to me. These came out a couple, 2-3 years ago. I picked them up because they were on sale for $15 each, which I think is a fair price for these figures. All right, so the head sculpt is kind of cool. He's got this armor. There's some good movement here. See all this movement? It's pretty good. One of the horns is a little bit crooked. See it? Can you see it? I can. The eyes are pretty good. It's pretty well painted. Everything looks okay. The shoulders. He's got these rubbery type shoulder pads. There's some sort of a little scuff on mine right there. Brand new out of the box. There's sort of butterfly things here, but they're very restricted. Can't get a lot of movement there. But there's something. There's some movement there. There's no swivel in the bicep. The swivel is here at the forearm. Interesting, huh? I'm not sure why they did it that way, but they did it. These are a little bit soft. The hands just kind of unplug. So he comes with this sort of trigger hand, but he doesn't come with a weapon. He's kind of pointing, but there's no weapon, not even a batarang or anything for him to throw. No grapnel gun here. Just nothing from McFarlane Toys. Just a hand that doesn't even want to stay on. Now the other hand that switches, that goes on here, you might think, well, wouldn't it be a fist, Meyer? Wouldn't it be better if he came with a fist? And I would say yes, it would be better if he came with a fist. But instead he comes with a hand. Maybe you got to push that back. That doesn't even want to go on. See? So let's go back to this one. At least this one wants to stay on. So no fists. Shouldn't he come with two fists? He doesn't. So he does have a fist on this hand. It looks okay. This one stays on. Isn't that interesting? Well, that was... Oh, but this one doesn't. Okay, where did that other fist go? Well, we'll have to find it later. Let's try and forget about that other fist. It's gone now. It's been enveloped into the floor. Okay, he has this carapace, this chest piece that restricts almost all movement. But it kind of looks cool. I don't really like the button things. It would look better without those. I don't know if this is accurate. I haven't pulled down Dark Knight Returns off the shelf to see how accurate this figure is to Frank Miller's illustration. But you do realize that what we're getting here is an interpretation of an artist's rendering of Batman. The artist Frank Miller, in his graphic novel, The Dark Knight Returns. That's what this is based on. All right, so we saw the cape's kind of cool. I like it. It's this soft rubbery material that looks like fabric, and I think that's neat. Coming on down here. This at least is kind of cool. This is like kind of soft, so there is some movement coming around here. That's about as far up as it'll go, and it'll go all the way back, but I wouldn't know why you would want to do that. Coming down here, we have doubles on the knees, which is good. We have these soft armored pieces that come down over the feet, which is cool too. I like that. These feet, I've got these spikes on them. It reminds me of those old combs from the barber shop in the 70s. Those pocket combs, remember those things? Like you would like scrape the top of your head. I don't know what the idea was with that. How could you be combing? I don't know. Anyway, you know the ones I'm talking about. So yeah. That's the Batman Armored Dark Knight Returns figure. Now, there is some posability here. I had him in kind of an action pose at the beginning of the video. You saw you can achieve a couple different poses with this figure. A couple. Not a lot. Now, luckily, that cape helps him to stand. Right? When you get that cape behind him, it really helps. It'll help him stand up. See, because it goes all the way down. So that's cool. But if you're going to put him, let's see how he does standing straight up. See if we put him in like a default neutral I am Batman position. I'm standing. Look at me. I'm Batman. So he stands fine. I think this it's not a bad figure. And I think for the price point, this is well worth it. If you're interested, it's out there at the time of the publishing of this video. You can find this on sale. I think it's cool. I don't know that I like it alone. I like it because it goes with this Superman figure. I don't like the hands. What about this don't we like? We don't like the hands. That's bad. Should have come with a fist, and these hands should work. They should plug in and they should stay in. Maybe I'm not pushing it all the way in or something, but I don't know. Anyway, regardless of whether the hands, if I can get the hands to stick in there, that's fine. But the idea, the thought that it doesn't come with a fist, that's huge. It's Batman. He should have two fists or a karate chopping hand in this hand. Or one of these hands, a tiger claw. This is not a tiger claw. It is not a tiger claw. This is like some sort of relaxed, grasping hand. That's not a tiger claw. That's like a kitty claw. It's a kitten claw, not a tiger claw. So you should have a tiger claw, you should have a karate chop, a knife hand, or a fist. Or he should come with a hand like this and a batarang. Or a grapnel gun. What? Okay, so that makes it a dysfunctional Batman figure. Those things, the problems with the hands and lack of accessories. Everything else is okay. I'm not putting too much on this figure because it's an armored Batman, so you can't expect a ton of articulation. I do like some of the things they did here. I like these rubbery things that come down over the boots that you can adjust. You got to kind of adjust them when you move the feet. I think they look cool. They're okay. I think the boots are cool. It's just those couple things. The hands and no accessories. Easy there, bats. Okay. Moving right along. The next thing we're going to look at is going to be the companion figure. The companion figure, in my opinion, to this is the Multiverse Superman Dark Knight Returns. He comes with a piece from this Build-A-Horse right here. Comes with the back legs, it looks like, and a card and a stand. Same writing on the side. Superman, Easy Superman. It says Superman, Batman the Dark Knight Returns. On the back, we get a picture of the Build-A-Figure, the horse, with some other Batman on it that looks kind of cool. But I won't be doing that. I don't want all these other figures. I don't care for that Joker, and I don't care for that girl, Robin. Although I do like this Batman right here. That must be the Batman that's on the horse. So that's okay. He looks kind of cool. And I mean, if the articulation is good enough for him to actually sit on a horse like that, that might make it. So I mean, if this was $15, if this was $14.99 or $15.99, I would get it. But both of these figures are marked down. These are, I mean, this figure's like nobody wants this. These are peg warmers, as they call them in the business. Peg warmers. Nobody wants them. All right, I've got our Superman figure here in a flight stand. It's a great example to show you that he does well on one of these cheap 12-inch Barbie doll stands that you can buy that fits perfectly around his thick waist, because this is a thick Superman. Let's pull him off of this. First of all, he comes with a set of swap-out hands. He comes with fists, and then he comes with one open hand like the one he has here, or two open hands like this, and two fists, which is pretty good. I wouldn't expect too much more from Superman other than a couple hands, but the hand that he comes with is kind of lame. It's also not like a tiger claw or a grasping hand or a something hand. I don't know what that is. It's like a bowling hand. Is he supposed to be holding a or basketball hand? Or I don't know what he's supposed to be doing, but it's not that great of a hand. Okay, let's move over to the head. This is the Frank Miller interpretation of what Superman looks like in The Dark Knight Returns. Either you like it or you don't like it, and I'm on the fence. There's things there's things I like about it and there's things I don't like about it, and I like it enough to say that I like this figure. I like how it looks on this figure. There's not a lot of movement here. I guess you can go like that. That's pretty good. You can come down like that. That's pretty good. You can tilt a little bit to the side, a little more to that side. That's not too bad. That's pretty good. Okay. Moving down. So I like this blocky, big, chunky Frank Miller style body. I think it looks good. I think it's cool. Oh, you know the thing I forgot to mention about this Batman figure, he should have a fist. So there's no right-handed fist. I mentioned that. But he should have a fist that has a kryptonite ring on it, shouldn't he? Shouldn't he have something with kryptonite? Because isn't he going to be fighting Superman? I think that's the idea. They're going to fight. So he needs that kryptonite ring on that other fist that he didn't come with. BTW. Okay, he has like these butterfly things, but they're oddly placed. They're placed so that they kind of come up. See that? Wouldn't they be better if they went back? Do you understand what I'm saying? They don't really. They go up, which I guess isn't too bad. It's not too bad. It's okay. All right. It's all right. It's not awful. Single at the elbow and no rotation. So there's no rotation here. I mean, there's teeny tiny, but I don't think that's supposed to rotate. So it's just, there's nothing. No rotation on this. I don't really understand why there's no uniformity with McFarlane figures like there is with Marvel Legends as far as the design concepts. So right now at this point, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Hasbro is destroying Todd McFarlane when it comes to designing toys, when it comes to posability, playability, just everything about them. The Marvel Legends action figures are far superior in my opinion. All right, so the hands also not on a ball joint, not articulated the way that we would like to see, like we're used to on Marvel Legends. Instead, it's this weird thing. I don't even know. It's not that great. It's almost like going back in time sometimes. Now, McFarlane does a great job with many different figures, like but articulation is not his strong point. So I mean, there's a lot of fans. There's people that go into it knowing that that's the situation, and that's perfectly fine. Like he makes great. There's so much stuff that he does a good job at, but the articulation isn't there as far as at the same level as it is with Marvel, with Hasbro, with the G.I. Joe or the Marvel Legends. I would like to see it, I would like to see him do some sort of design changes, but they haven't. I haven't seen it yet. Maybe it's out there. All right, so this is kind of cool. All right, so we don't have any. Oh, there's a little bit. So there is a cut here in the diaphragm. So there is a little bit of a diaphragm joint, but it doesn't. Yeah, it does. It'll move a little bit. Okay. All right, so the shorts are a rubbery material, which I like. That's cool. That's cool. That's something about this that Marvel Legends doesn't usually, Hasbro doesn't usually have these rubbery parts like this. That's cool. The cape I like. Cape is very nice. It looks really good. It's in like a flight mode look. It looks all right. It looks good. Windswept. Okay, down here. These kind of drop. Do they have these drop hinges? They really aren't drop hinges. They just looked like it. They're not drop hinges. All right, so the legs go out like this. That's not bad. There's no cut on the thigh for swiveling, for helping you to pose. There's doubles on the knees. They were a little tight, but everything's working. So everything worked out of the box here. Now, some people have problems with these figures, and you'll read it in the comments. There was no problem with this figure. Nothing was stuck. Okay, so you saw the knees. Now here's where we get problems with this figure. Because there's no swivels in the thighs or here at the boots, there's nothing. Because there's no swivel, it makes your ability to stand with this figure, and also because the way he does the ankles, I don't know, it's just, it doesn't stand the way you would like it to. But that's pretty good. I got him pretty much in that neutral position that you want to start with, and you just kind of got to work from there. So what I would say is that these are great figures for the price. I wouldn't pay full price for these. I'm glad I waited 2 or 3 years, and I kind of let them grow on me. You know, I saw, who did I see? I saw a video, Man Bear Pig had a video recently, or maybe it was a post on Instagram, where I saw, and I think it was him, it might have been somebody else, but anyway, it was, he had one of these Superman figures, like on his shelf or on display somewhere, and it looked good. And I was like, okay, that's that Superman figure. Kind of looks good. I like how it looks chunky. I like how it looks. So I like this. Now, what I do like about it, regardless of the shortcomings of the articulation, the sculpt here is all good. The plastic is all good. And what I like is I like to see toys that are made in artistic interpretations of actual comic books. And so that's what we get here. This hand is lame. It's just kind of shitty. It should be in a flying position. It should be doing, I mean, maybe it kind of looks okay like that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video looking at these two figures. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.